Hi everyone, Maxine here at Tink and I Treasures. Welcome back to my studio. Today I have something that's a little different than normal, but it is perfect for the season, and it's doing handmade watercolor greeting cards. Aren't these cute? I think it's adorable. I use different paints. These are kind of shiny paints. I'm not too sure I even like those. But anyway, I used a variety of colors. This one actually is my favorite. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to do this. It's easy. Trust me, it's super easy, okay? So to get the round shapes, this is what I'm using. This is a cap off of a glue bottle. This was off of some kind of spray bottle, and this was the end cap from some wallpaper or border or something like that. So anyway, you just find whatever you have that's round, and it has to have a rim on it, you'll see in a moment. So it can't be that you trace a dish or anything like that. Okay, so you want to get your round piece, and you want to decide on your colors. So I am going to use some violet, I guess, that's already been done. All right, so you take your round cap or whatever it is, and this is not the best one to be using because the paint doesn't go on it real well. So depending on the material of your round cap, it might be better. And then you put it down on your paper, just like that. Okay, so that's not wonderful, but it's not horrible. So what you do is you take your wet brush and just kind of sweep it around. And if you're careful and just follow your line, you'll have a nice circle. Okay? Once in a while I got out of my lines because I'm not one to color inside the lines. But you can, you can kind of fix it. So go around like that. You want to leave some white because that's where, light is hitting your ornament. And just darken it up a little bit on the bottom, maybe around to the side. Get it in there. And you want to do this while it's still wet. If it dries, you're not going to get the same effects. Now you could probably do this with acrylics. If you water down acrylics, they have a tendency to behave kind of like watercolors. So yeah, just water down your acrylics, and I think you could do something very similar. Okay, so now we want to go to the next size, and I need to pick a color. I'm gonna go with aqua. So, it's any colors you want. It doesn't have to be traditional holiday watercolors. It can be anything. And, you know, you just kind of decide where your placement is going to be. Clean your brush, get clean water on it. Of course, your circle is going to be as good or as bad as the cap you're using. And I am finding this cap, as I've been using it, it seems to be getting worse. It's because it has these ridges in it, and the paint is going up into those ridges and then coming down on the paper, and so I'm not getting a really smooth round circle. So I have to do a lot of fixing here. So yeah, what you use matters, but you know, you only can do what you can do, right? You know? I'm sure if I went around the house, I could probably find caps that might work better. And it depends on the size of your paper too, you know. If you have a larger piece of paper, you know, you could have larger circles. But you know, you want this to fit in an envelope to send out to people, you know, a greeting card. So what I have are some blank blank cards and envelopes, you know, a set. And I am just going to use, this is watercolor paper, and it's just, this is what it is, Strathmore watercolor postcards. And they're, you know, they have the postcard on the back, which, you know, you could also do it that way too, just send a postcard. These are 4x6. So what I'm going to do is cut them down just a little bit so I have a little bit of a border, and I am just going to glue this right down onto the card blank. Okay, all right, so this is the next one. Sometimes getting this wet first helps. You know, again, it depends on the cap you're using and the color, and I mean, not the color, but the cap you're using, whether or not that might help. And you might have better luck with acrylics too. You want to water them down though. I found that watered down acrylics, you know, it changes how they react. They're more like watercolors when they're watered down. Right there. That's not bad. You saw me, right? I went all the way around it, and yet that particular cap always has these missing areas. I'm not sure why, because I go around the whole thing. And, you know, there's other designs you could do. But I guess this was a thing a while back. People were painting bubbles. I don't really know what that means. But evidently it was all the thing a while back. People painting bubbles, which is, I guess this is similar. I don't know. I didn't tune in on that little kick. Anyway, I saw an artist doing this in a video, and she showed some simple watercolors that you can do, you know, for sending out. And I will link her channel below. I mean, if you want to do more with watercolors, she's a great one to watch. But I thought I would just come along and share with you what I found, just as a simple thing. You know, you could put this in a Christmas journal. If you're doing a Christmas journal, you could put a couple of these in the Christmas journal. That would be fun too. So I am just letting this dry. The nice thing about watercolors is that, oh, that one has sparkles in it. It must have been from other paint I was using. The nice thing about watercolors is that they dry relatively quickly, unlike oils that you can take days or weeks to dry. So I just have a gold pen. You could use a brush and gold paint if you have it, or you could just use a black pen and draw your little ornament topper with black too, or you know, any other color you want. So I'm just gonna put the little ornament topper on there. And doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it probably shouldn't be perfect. And now I have a black one. This is an F. I have no idea what that means. So yeah, I have no idea what F means, but you know, it's not real fine. Maybe F means fine. I used one that was an extra fine, and that was not and then this one is just gonna come right through like that. Oops, that's kind of crooked, isn't it? That one's swinging. The cat is in the tree and ornaments are starting to swing around. All right, so, and then here we just want to, am I in frame? You probably can't even see what I'm doing. But I'm just gonna draw a little bow. On these, just like this. So very simple. And this one, I don't know. See, it helps to think about placement. You know, before you put down your, there we go. Well, that's not bad. Now you could, you know, you could get really fancy and layer your, you know, ornaments on top of each other type of thing. I haven't tried it that way. So yeah, I was a little bit scared of that. All right, so I have some gold paint here. It's not wonderful. It's pretty icky, but I don't have metallic watercolors. I mean, I guess that's what these are. That's what they are. Classic metallics. It's not great. but it's good enough to get that maybe a little bit wetter. It's great to do a splatter with anyway. I mean, it works for that. All right. So once that dries, I'm going to write my happy holidays. Now I have a calligraphy pen, but you don't need one of those. You could just write in any pencil or pen, or if you have a colored, like a fine tip marker or something like that, you know, you could write it in any way. But anyway, you could ink around these if you wanted to. I might do that, or ink around the card. So here's my blank card that I was talking about. And I cut this down so it has just like an 1/8 of an inch border around it. And what I could do is ink this around there in a coordinating color, or maybe black. Black would be nice. Something like that maybe. So there's all different kinds of things you can do, but anyway, I thought I'd come along and share this little project. It's, like I said, it's quick, it's easy. I think anybody can do this as long as you can find a cap that works and the right size that you need. Yeah, so I hope you give this a go, and I'm sure whoever you send it to is going to be very, very happy to get a handmade card from you. So until the next time, take care of you, love each other, and happy holidays. Bye.